Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Well, now how about this return? And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 115 yards and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Falcons at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
In motion, the tight end. Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up a throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense.
Yeah, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
That's to his running back, complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long, as one of them told us. If I just
nowhere to go here, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Falcons' 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Brandon, that was a nice route that time. Lined him up on the right and worked his way all the way across the formation. One of the toughest routes to cover because you keep waiting for the ball to be thrown and for him to break something off. He goes all the way across the field, right to left, for a big play.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt him 3 times.
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a handoff out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So out now come the Cardinals.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. they got it done, they're the ones that are jubilant.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll set up to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it? No, he didn't. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. To the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down and a yard. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. On the move past the 40. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. 30-7 was your final. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the LA Rams and the Miami Dolphins.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Falcons offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 2nd down and 6 now. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles
Still first down.
right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the RPO, he completes it. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 15-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Oh, he shifts past him. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well. Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 46, here's second down and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
At the Falcons 31-yard line.
Back to throw again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And that's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3-and-out.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now a handoff looking right. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Here's first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's second down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw again.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And a great game comes down to this. Time for one play, and they've got to get it in the end zone.
And I want every cover guy I've got in the game on defense, every extra defensive back who can make a play on the football. So whether it's nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you want to call it, I want 5, 6, 7 guys back there.
And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it, and this one's over.
It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but part of the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high percentage pass to try and tie the game, but the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So for the Falcons, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.